I got accepted to college, actually, at the Art Institute of Pittsburgh, but I soon found out you had to have money to go to college, and that wasn't going to happen. So I did what everybody else does in my area whenever you can't go to college. I went to work for Massey, and I worked at the Elk Run coal prep plant, which was a few miles from my house, with my dad, who still works there today. And I worked there for about 6 months. You know, sometimes they'd have me just like mowing the grass, or working on fixing up machinery that was broken down or something like that, or walking on the belt lines to make sure there was nothing caught in there. But some days they would even have me in the basement of the plant with fishing waders on. They didn't give me goggles or a respirator or anything. Waist deep in coal sludge, spraying down the walls with a pressure hose. And that was one of the worst experiences of my life. I only could take about 6 months of that work, and I quit and floated around from job to job for a while. And at this point, I'd never even seen a strip mine. Still, I'd never thought to go look at one. Even when I was working at the plant, I never walked up the road to see where they were getting the coal from. I just knew that I had to deal with it at the plant. About that time, this was late 2009, a friend of the family offered me a job as a security guard on a mountaintop removal site. And I jumped right on it, I mean, sitting on your butt for 12 hours a day, getting paid for it, I was like all over that. And then when I got up there, the first day I got up there, I looked out at it, and it just completely blew my mind. I was like, we are really doing this to ourselves, as a people, and I knew that those people that lived below that mountain were going through the same things I was going through when I was growing up, living underneath a mountaintop removal site. And I felt like the most terrible human being in the world, making a profit of out of what those people were going through. And so about that time, I started volunteering with Coal River Mountain Watch, and I was talking to Judy Bonds. I don't know if any of you have heard her name mentioned before, but I'd known her ever since I was about 3 years old. She used to work at the store with my grandma. And I started writing articles for the Coal River newsletter. And I had to do it anonymously, of course. I didn't want to get myself or my father fired. And so it was shortly after that they offered me a job at Coal River. And I had this choice out in front of me. I could either keep doing what I was doing, or go to work in some underground coal mine somewhere, or something like that, and keep the respect of my family and my community, and be able to live at my parents' house. Or I could go to work for Coal River Mountain Watch, do what I'm doing today, and just completely, be shunned by a good portion of my community and my family. And I chose what I knew was right. I went to work for Coal River, and due to that, I was kicked out of my parents' home. They didn't want to kick me out of their house. I was 19 years old at the time. I guess it was time for me to leave the nest anyway, but they were forced into kicking me out of their home by Massey, or else my dad would have lost his job. And to me, that's one of the largest impacts that the coal industry has on southern West Virginia. It's just the mental grasp that it has on the people there, and the economic grasp.